Hi, I'm Andros J.
I'm Dominic King.
I'm Eden Rise.
And I'm Vicky.
And you're listening to the Enigmatic podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Enigmatic podcast. I'm Andros J. And before we get into today's episode, I'm just here to announce that I will be taking a little bit of time away from the podcast, just mainly because I've been in the last 6 episodes and I personally feel that I'm sick and tired of hearing my own voice. I'm sure a lot of you at home are also sick and tired of hearing my voice. So as of from now, I'll be taking a bit of a back step. I might be popping into episodes here and there, but it will mostly be Dominic King, Vicky, and my loved one, Eden Rise. Vicky's going to love that. Just so you guys get to hear a little bit more of them and their ideas and their thoughts and opinions and all of that jazz. Not only that, I'll admit now that with my guests today, we're on a messenger call, so the audio might not be the complete greatest, but due to the pandemic, we can't meet in person, which I personally would love to have done. Not only that, there may be parts in this podcast that I'll admit might be a little bit all over the place, mainly because, again, that's how my brain works, so it's not been put together the greatest. And second of all, Vicky thought it'd be a great idea to keep trying to call me during recording, which cut off my recording. So there might be a few parts which has interrupted my guests, but I've tried to save it the best I can. Hope you enjoy, and let's crack into this week's episode. Today, I'm joined by Big Mac, Harry McDonald, and Westcliffs waviest Charlie Brooks. How you doing today, lads?
You're good, man. Thanks for having us here. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers for coming on. So, first question for you both, which obviously being a team and all that, how did you two both come together to meet up?
Yeah, that one.
Look, they know each other so well, just talk at the same time.
It was around, I'd say 2018, we both started training at Dropkicks, which is an academy based in Purfleet. And, as we came about, obviously, at that training school, obviously, I know this is what you probably feel like with your training school, Genesis. It's so easy to, just bond and you all come together like a family really easily.
100%.
Yeah.
And then obviously, we do have a certain group of teams, obviously where Jaden Williams came from, he came from Dropkicks. So we've all got our sort of group. And me and Harry became really good mates quite quickly.
Yeah.
And then the idea of the team was literally all Harry's. I have to credit him for that. The idea of being a team, it was at the moment Dropkicks were struggling with the tag teams. All we really had was the rebellion and the management.
Right.
So Harry was doing Gimmick, which is the roadman, just generic teenagers.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned it to Lucas, mentioned it to me why don't we make it into a tag team? Why don't we tag and do something big with this? Well, the idea, then around August last year, it all came to life and we debuted, and yeah, it was sick.
That's really good that you both saw that opportunity where you saw what someone was lacking. You know what, we can fix that, and obviously by watching you guys as well, you've definitely done that. So yeah.
That's the thing. Once you get an opportunity in wrestling, just go for it.
Yeah, 100%. That's one thing I've learned from myself as well. Is when you see an opportunity, you've got to go straight for it.
It's good.
So, starting back from when you began, so when you both started training, how long was you guys into wrestling, and what kind of inspired you to do so?
So, I've been a fan of wrestling pretty much all my life, to be honest. I know it sounds generic, everyone says it, but
yeah,
it's really the truth. I mean, I've had periods I've been in and out of it, but then I've always sort of gravitated back to it. And I think as a kid, it was the characters sort of, not even really the characters, more so I was attracted to like CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, just people more athletic. I think I was more focused on the wrestling side of it.
Yeah.
But then I think as I've grown older, I've been more attracted to the character side and comedy wrestling, all sorts of things like that. So that's why I wanted to give myself a big sort of over the top character. That's where that sort of come from.
Right.
And with me, it was much like Harry, I was always been a fan. Literally, I come from my uncle, who's the main reason I'm a wrestler. He helps me out a lot. He's always been into wrestling. He's the sort of guy who got me into it. He would take me up to the O2 to watch WWE, and I loved it. it's a lot like Harry. Like, I did do a couple of tag sessions when I was a lot younger, but I always just went away from it.
Yeah.
But then I got around the time I started again, I got really like into indie wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what I was watching a lot of Progress, a bit of Rev Pro, and like seeing what some of the guys are doing, like how good the UK game was around this sort of time. Like seeing guys like obviously Will Ospreay, Mark Haskins, Jimmy Havoc, Paul Robinson. It was like I can be involved in that. And it's like a dream come true to know that I'm sitting here like today as a professional wrestler.
Yeah. It's quite funny you say that because it all comes from almost the exact same story, the way you've both put it. Like all the guys you just mentioned, I've been really lucky enough to be trained by all of them. So the before Gen Pro, I was at a different place, and that we got the opportunity to be with some of the best in the world. But like what you said, when you're watching the British indie scene, see how good it is, and then you get to meet these guys and train them, it's next level experience.
Yeah. They're the type of people you really want to learn from. Like when there's some great names in this scene right now. Even the people that aren't even necessarily considered like the big ones. Like you can learn so much. Like the amount of experience over here in the UK is just mental to me. Like
Right now, I think the UK indie scene has got to be one of the best. And like we are very lucky. Like at Dropkicks, we've had seminars by guys like Jody Flesh.
Yeah.
Like one of the high up guys in the UK, and like the knowledge, like even like guys like Connor Mills.
Yeah.
The knowledge you learn of these guys is insane, and like it proves that indie wrestling in the UK is probably one of the best teams in wrestling right now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So, moving on from there, lads, talking about the indie scene, like, so is it just drop kicks you've wrestled for so far, or have you kind of managed to spread your wings a little bit more?
Well, due to obviously a couple of complications, like we didn't really find a way to spread our wings, and I picked up a knee injury recently.
Right.
We didn't get a lot of opportunities. I'm lucky enough to do shows for WrestleForce.
Yeah.
And I've done 2 shows there, but I mean, Harry's literally been shining in dropkicks right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, obviously I only do dropkicks right now. Of course, in the future I want to branch out, but I think it's more so a time thing. Like Charlie was lucky enough to be able to go to WrestleForce and train there as well as dropkicks, so he's getting not only to train with these people and pick up the knowledge, but at the same time that's giving him a sort of a pathway to get onto the shows. Whereas with me, I've got less time to be able to do that, so I have to sort of focus just on dropkicks right now.
Yeah. Which again, that's still good that, you know, Charlie's willing to, he's going to go off learn another place, but he can still come back and show that and teach you as well. So
100%.
yeah, it's what it's all about. And with the whole injury things, as shit as that is, because I've just came back from a similar situation, whereas I've just come back from a broken leg, and all my guys were there training still. You kind of just have to sit there and watch. So I feel for you, mate. I really do. I know how shit that can be.
I think that's like with injuries. I think that's like the worst thing, but the best thing, the fact just sitting there and watching. Because when you've got the passion for wrestling, you're sitting there watching your mates train. All you want to do is be there, but you still can sit there and you still feed off the knowledge.
Exactly that. You can learn just by much as watching as you can do by doing.
A question I've got for you two then, because obviously I haven't actually experienced having any injuries in wrestling and like having to take a break. How does it affect your sort of like your focus when you come back? I'd say, like, does it give you more drive to push yourself even more when you come back, or you just feel like you've missed time, or what? I'm just curious.
Go on, Andros, I'll let you take this one, mate.
Yeah. So for me personally, I was out for nearly 4 to 5 months with my broken leg, and about 6 months when I dislocated a shoulder. It's difficult at first. You have to try and come to terms with it, especially when you're in a position where I was. But you know, it probably makes you more hungry than anything. You're like, okay, well, we're going to come back and we're going to be better. There's still that mentality of just being scared of, well, if I do this and it goes again. What if I do this and it snaps again? What if it does this and it pops out again? But as long as you know people have got your back and you're okay, and you're safe, and just go into it lightly, then you're fine. That's what I've always found.
That's what I feel like, in my opinion. Like, it's like, as upsetting as it is, no, like, you can't wrestle, because obviously, when I got injured, Harry, like, you know, me and you had a lot of big stuff planned for us.
Yeah.
might not get injured, it's all sort of talking away, but it makes us more hungry for the future because we understand, like, it makes us more passionate in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because now we've been injured, that's all we want to do. Like, all that's been on our minds is we want to wrestle.
Yeah.
So after an injury, it's like, it's just on your mind, and once you get back, it's just like one of the best things in the world. But the bump is the greatest thing after. After a while.
Give it a week or two afterwards, you're like, I wish I was sitting down again, to be fair. No, yeah, but like what you said, like, you're really lucky as well being in the team, because you've got that support as well. So you're not completely by yourself, kind of feeling sorry for yourself. You know, you've got others, but like, you know, Harry's gonna be like, you know, mate, like, pick your chin up, like, you're gonna be all right. You know,
the night I got injured, Harry had like his first singles match, and it was against like amazing guys like Jaden Williams, Jack Torino, and Maverick Navy.
Oh, bloody hell.
So he's so pumped up, and then I got injured in the Rumble, which is a really, really funny story. I'll tell the story because it's a funny story. It does make me seem a bit like an idiot. It was a stupid injury.
A bit.
Right.
But where it was in like obviously Rumbles, it gets quite packed.
Yeah.
So just me and Harry just on the spot, and then a guy called Danny Black comes over.
Yep.
Gives me like a couple of strikes, and I'm not trying to say this was never his fault. He was really respectful. He gave me a message, made sure I was okay. Like, I saw him at a show after, and he just checked up on me. Like, he was really helpful, and it's nowhere near his fault.
Yeah.
I just took a really, really awkward front bump.
Right.
And in a way, it's funny now looking back at it. Like, it's stupid of me, but all my weight's went on my knee.
Right.
And then obviously, where Harry's literally just had like one of the highlights of his career, me getting injured sort of like took a massive effect on him, because he was like, a lot of guys were worried, because where, like I said, dropkicks is just a massive, massive family.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loves everyone. Like, you're always there for each other. A lot of guys were like worried about me. Like, I got a lot of guys. Harry even offered to come to the hospital with me. Like, he was worried.
Yeah.
He just, like, a lot of guys just wanted me to be okay. And obviously, it's just amazing, like, the support I got. And now I can be back once all this is over.
Yeah.
Just can't wait for it, man.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds pretty bad what you've done, but at least you didn't break your leg doing a leapfrog. Because that's what I did.
That's the thing. I think a lot of these injuries is what happens is it's just routine things you've done a million times, and that's just how it happens. It comes out of nowhere. Like, I would never think that taking a front bump, I'd blow my knee out, and then you're in a ring and you see Charlie do it, or you doing a leapfrog, and then you break your leg.
And you know, in Gen Pro, I'm known for the guys taking more of the risky kind of stuff, the hard.
That's what I'm running.
Yeah, exactly. The Hardy Boy type of stuff, the ones where everyone kind of cringes when they watch you. It's just my style, and I've done it for years. And I've never ever hurt myself doing that ever. And I've dislocated a shoulder doing just doing a shoulder roll. I just completely dislocated my shoulder, just completely came out, and then snapped my leg in two places when I did a leapfrog. So it's the small things that take effect on you.
It's like,
Definitely.
it's like I was saying earlier about my menstruations. Obviously, a guy I'm very much into is Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
But he's always been probably. You watch guys like him, obviously he's famous for just being out to the nutter and doing a lot of death matches.
Yeah.
You watch guys like him, and he gets like 100 light tubes smacked over his head per match. He's fine.
Yeah.
But when he done his knee, all it was he just jumped off the apron.
Yeah.
And completely dislocated his knee and like done his ACL.
Yeah.
It realizes like you can do anything in wrestling, but most of the time it is the simple stuff that's gonna hurt you.
It's a scary sport.
Yeah, like I genuinely remember that moment as well, and just remember how heartbreaking it is, because I've known for Jimmy for years. I wrestled in a IPW for a long time. And that's where Jimmy was. So I've known him for a long time, and I remember being with Dominic and just that news breaking and just like our hearts breaking, because he was the head of our company at the time. It's just like, man, that's just such shit timing as well.
There's no words to explain how, like, what must be going through your head at the time. So I haven't experienced it, but I can tell from just speaking to Charlie, like, there's no way to understand, to not really prepare yourself, I think.
Yeah, exactly that. But, you know, you guys are both still really young, so...
Yeah, we've still got like a whole career ahead of us, but obviously, getting an injury at like my age and me being really young, already having to experience a serious injury.
Yeah.
And now I've got a whole career ahead of me. Like, I'm still in my teens.
Yeah.
So it's going to just prepare me more and more, because I know with wrestling, one of the sad things you have to accept is you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And so now I'm more prepared for it in the future.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I always said that you'll feel invincible until something like this will happen. You'll feel like you're on top of the world, nothing can touch you, nothing can hurt you. And all of a sudden, something like that will happen. You're kind of like, well, guess I was wrong about that then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, you said, like, you guys are still so young, and you've done quite a bit already and starting to make a bit of a fuss about yourself. People starting to recognise and know who you are, which is good for as young as you are, because that means you've got such a longer career ahead of you. Whereas I wish me and Dominic kind of stuck to it when we was younger, kind of like that. Was very stop-start for a while.
Like, obviously, we've seen you wrestle before. We haven't seen Dominic wrestle, unfortunately, but from like some stuff, like we see some photos or some clips of the matches, and realise like you guys have got a lot of potential as much. And it's just, I think one day like everyone's going to get this shot at like the bigger leagues.
Yeah.
And I think you and Dominic will get there very soon, just like I believe me and Harry will hopefully get there soon.
Yeah.
Obviously, but the thing is, we just don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We don't want to, because we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves and then become very cocky.
Yeah, get too big for your boots.
Because that's when opportunities will get taken away from us like nothing.
But we are the best, though.
You've got to have that self-confidence. You've got to believe it, and you'll feel it. 100%. So with you saying that, then, Charlie, where do you see yourself and Harry going in the future? Like, is the plan to stay as a team? Is it no backstabbing? No, you two are gonna carry on being friends and make it to the big time?
No matter what, with like the whole thing around me and Harry, like how we are as wrestlers, it's like our dream to make it in the big leagues. Like,
Yeah.
our dream to make it onto progress shows, IPW shows, Rev Pro. Like, obviously, it's literally our dream to be working like WWE, AW, New Japan. Like, just it is literally a dream. And like, obviously, one day I can hope to see me and Harry, even just if we're not tagging anymore, just seeing us both in the big leagues, just tearing it up.
Yeah.
For like a big contract. That is where I want to see both of us end up.
Is that the same for you as well, Harry? Then? I say, is that the same for you as well? Then?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, very similar to what you said there. I mean, for me, if I had to put an ultimate goal in it, then for myself personally, it'll be to make it to WWE. I think a lot of people say, just simply for the fact that I want to be able to have set up work for a company that when I was a kid, like, that's what I aspired to be.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's a lot of hard work to get it out. I cannot say whether I will or I won't, but that's, if I had to put an ultimate goal, that's what it would be. But as far as staying as a tag team, I can always see us coming back to each other in some sort of way. Like, of course, if Charlie went to go out to do singles, I went to go out to do singles, like, I think we'd understand from, like, each other wanting to do it.
Yeah.
But I still think there'd be some sort of connection together, like, whether it was, like, working against each other or just, like, supporting each other through our own, like, individual, like, career paths, then 100% I'm still going to be connected to him in some way.
Yeah, it's like, no matter what happens, even if we're not tagging along, we know we're still going to always have each other's back. And if anyone needs it, we're there for each other, no matter what.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you need in this industry as well, because you can feel really lonely at times. Like, I've been lucky, or some might say it's unlucky, but I've been a solid tag guy for over 6 years. You know, and there's a part of me that's always wanted to go into singles, but at the same time is where I've done tag for so long, it's kind of like, I don't know if I can be asked to do singles now, to be fair. Like, the tag stuff's taken over for so long. I've tagged with Dominic, I've tagged with Vicky, I've tagged with a few others, and it's just, once you kind of get...
I enjoy it equally as much anyway, because, like, I think for me, I enjoy it equally as much as wrestling, like the character side of it. I think being in a team actually allows me to focus more on it, in a sense, because Charlie we help each other. Like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm bigging myself up too much.
I know, me and Harry have agreed on sort of stuff as well.
He's a better pure wrestler in my opinion. I'd
Yeah.
say I'm better at the character stuff, so I can lean on him to almost make me look better in terms of wrestling.
Yeah.
And he can rely on me to look better with the character, and that's what I think
Yeah.
is why another reason why I went to do the team in the first place, because I think it's a good sort of combination.
Yeah, 100%. You always like you see, you've got each other's backs, but then also you can feed off each other, which it's not your strong point, but it is his, so you can help each other out with that.
So I know this is exactly how you feel about that. You said obviously Vicky and Don.
Yeah.
You just want to help them out. Like you like to see your closest mates in wrestling succeed, and obviously I will help Harry as much as I can to improve his side of wrestling. Whether it be technical wrestling, whether he wants to work on his strikes, I'm always there to help. And then I know if I need to improve my character, Harry's the one that I can always turn to, and he'll help me out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the exact same reason with Enigmatic. I've got Eden and Vicky. I took them both under my wing because I saw they had so much potential, and I was like, you know what, I'll take them both under my wing.
You see these guys, these are some of the main names in Genesis, the most recognisable people, and it's all just down to hard work, and you guys have always been helping each other,
Yeah,
and you reach the top level with each other.
exactly. We don't like to blow our own horns, but we'll definitely blow it when we need to.
Yeah, but I think with wrestling, as long as you've got someone to just have your back and help you and guide you,
Yeah.
it can take you a lot further.
Oh, 100%. I always found that the wrestlers I always saw who had their, not quite cliques, but they had their own little groups, they'll tend to get booked within that group. You all travel together, you all go in hotel together, you all get booked together, you're on the same show together. So I've always seen that it generally does help when you're in a team or you're in this sort of group.
100%. It's that group becomes it's like a training school, like I mentioned earlier, with how me and Harry are placing drop kicks and how you probably placed our jump on.
Yeah.
Instantly, it's like your second family. You love being around them guys, you love spending time with them. And when I was being in a tag team, you happily travel as long distances, stay in a hotel together, but it's like you're just with your family.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how close wrestling brings you.
And
That's the other thing I think. In the future, I want to get a different tag partner because.
Or just you're just us in the Brotherhood.
I can't do it anymore.
You see, that's why I'm lucky. I've got 3 others. One annoys me, I just replace them with the other.
That's smart.
Yeah, so I'm sick of you today. Alright, come here, I'll use a different one.
That's smart. And then also, the plan is the Brotherhood, where it's such an easy thing to adapt to. We're happy to add people in. It's just right now we're in our early stages and we want to shine just us two.
Exactly that.
But the plan is we do want to help people succeed. So
Yeah. But
it's all we want. We just want to see our mates, even just general people in wrestling, our drop kicks that are very young children. I think our youngest is 10.
right.
So we see that they've got potential. We want to sort of guide them. We know in a couple of years, maybe in 5 years, with the ages me and Harry are,
Yeah.
one day we might be taking the training sessions, we might be training them.
Exactly that.
And we just want to see them, we want to help them out as much as we can. We got opportunities from guys like Taylor Essex, Jack Torino, Lucas Jackson,
Yeah.
and they took us under the wing and made us the best we could be.
Yeah. 100%. Myself and Dominic, we was going for a good solid nearly 4 years together before 4 or 5 years before we decided to go, let's bring someone in. And that only happened when me and Dominic took a break, and then I saw Vicky and took her own mowing, and we started doing some mixed tag stuff together. But you will just get to a point of where you can go, I think we're kind of at the right level now, not only confident wise but knowledge wise, where you can take someone under your wing and you feel confident enough to kind of help them improve and get better. And then half the time they'll start pulling you up on your stuff and you're like, oh, hold on a minute, this is not how it's supposed to work, I'm teaching you. But yeah.
I think that's also a good thing. Like you just said, obviously, it's wait, how's this working? I'm meant to be teaching you, but
Yeah.
once you realise they're starting to help you out as well, it's when you realise not only have you reached an ultimate goal of them being at a very similar level to you and you've actually created a really good wrestler and helped them out,
Yeah.
they start helping you out and they start realising little bits that you might need help on, and then they help you, and it's just perfect because you can easily just feed off each other.
Exactly. It's just become such, it's just such a good thing that you can have when you do have that. But because then you realise, okay, they're fulfilling their potential, and now they're starting to pull me out with my stuff, which is really helping because it's not something I would have picked up on. It's not something Dominic would have picked up on, but because they're still a little bit newer and fresher to it, they've picked up on it and gone, "What about this?" And you're like, "Okay, yeah, I see you. I get your point."
I love wrestling, man. Anyone in wrestling will tell you it's a great business. And having Mayfair, obviously you have Eden, Dominic, Vicky. Me and Harry have got like guys like Ted Sabine, who's young and upcoming, Benny Nitro, who's still young and upcoming. A lot of guys.
Yeah.
Like it's like you said, we just want to see all of our mates succeed. It's so nice having like a group of people you can connect with.
Yeah.
And seeing them all shining together.
Yeah.
And it's all we want. We just want to see our mates reach the top level of wrestling.
Yeah. And obviously, I've only been up dropkicks once to wrestle, but standing in the back and watching a lot of those guys, they are actually really, really good. For their ages as well, they probably shouldn't be as good as they are for how old you guys are. But it's ridiculous to watch the effort and level that you guys put in. Like I was really impressed when I went up there.
Yeah, and obviously, once it's all over, I'm definitely. Like one day I've said I do want to come down to gym. I do want to obviously see how you guys train.
Yeah.
It's nice to come down to the training schools and learn. Who knows, one day you may have that match on gym part, hopefully.
Yeah. I'll have a word with boss man and see what I can do. I'd love to. Love to get you guys down and.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, and it helps expand because obviously we'd love to see you guys return to dropkicks, and even having a match in your territory of jump and in our territory of dropkicks would be perfect.
Yeah, I was originally meant to return to dropkicks after my first time there. But obviously I broke my leg and that kind of ended things. But you never know; it might happen again. We just have to see what happens, really.
It's just obviously with the world just going to an absolute mess right now.
Yeah.
We just literally have to wait and see what the future holds. And obviously, all we want to do is wrestle, but we just have to be patient.
Yeah, I think I had Vicky going on a massive rant last night about how she just wants to wrestle again. It's. I think for a lot of wrestlers, it's just slowly tearing them apart. It's like the first week or so, it's like, okay, I can deal with this. Now it's gone kind of a month later, and everyone's starting to go a bit mental.
A lot of other sports, you have sort of things you can do to practice on your own.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can still sort of work out at home, but then it doesn't compare to the gym.
Exactly.
And if you're a footballer, you can practice stuff in the garden or whatever stuff like that. With wrestling, it's very much you need other people there to support you. You can't really work on your own, I find.
Exactly. You can't exactly go pile driver your mum in the garden. You can't really do that. Yeah.
I tried that yesterday, but it didn't really end well for me.
Yeah, it's like I'm lucky, like to have a family and like a really supportive girlfriend who do like indeed want to just help out my wrestling and do try and help us out.
Yeah.
And like even just having like family members like who just sit there and will watch your match with you. And I think that's the plus side to wrestling. Like it realizes like you miss it so much, but seeing your family sitting there watching it with you, like even like I've had my family and all my mates saying, I know how for experience, like they want to see us get back to wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's just it's going to be a dream come true once we can get back, because I know a lot of guys are missing it like mad right now.
Yeah. And what I want to touch up on what you said then is like with your family and that. So it's really good to see that your family are really supportive as well. There's a lot of families who just don't get it and they don't want nothing to do with it. Whereas when I first started, my family just didn't get it, but they still came along and they end up growing to understand it and know it and they love it. So every show I do that, they always try and make their way to it. So it's really cool that you guys have got that as well.
It's like when I first started, like my mum is always very worried of me because she knows I like taking risks and she does get really worried in case I do get hurt. And obviously, when I was in hospital with my knee, she was the one who was there with me.
Yeah.
I did have a bit of go at me because she always said to me, one day you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So she didn't have a go at me. She literally was like, I told you so, mate.
Yeah, that's the same sort of conversation I had, to be fair.
Yeah, and obviously when I first started, I was also playing a bit of Sunday League football, and my dad wanted me to carry on with that. But now they've seen how much I enjoy my wrestling and how much it's what I want to do.
Yeah.
They don't get it, like they don't understand the whole business. Sometimes there are bits I have to explain.
Yeah.
But even just knowing they're willing to come down shows when they can, like I remember the first time I blew my knee out because it's been a recurring injury. All my family were there.
Yeah.
And as well as it sucks getting hurt in front of your family, it's just so nice to see them there and supporting you. And it's nice to know you've got them to make sure you're okay with wrestling, drive you to shows if you need,
Yeah.
support you. It's just nice.
It really is, and like what you said, to have them there, even when you get injured, instead of them trying to persuade you to stop, they know how much you love it, and they're like, look, we know you need to carry on, but maybe be a bit more careful. But if they know that's what your style, they know what you do, there's not much what they can say to stop it.
I know Harry will agree, because I've been to shows before where I've seen Harry's mum there, and I know Harry's mum is very funny, like, and so is my mum. Like, my sisters are more, like, there's a character, like, if I remember my debut,
Yeah.
like, my sisters literally were just screaming because, like, they didn't understand the whole business of, like, hills and faces.
Right, yeah.
So, like, my sisters were just screaming at our opponents, and then, like, whenever Harry's wrestling, and, like, Harry's mum is just always the first one to start an argument with the guy who's wrestling. But it's just amazing, like, seeing it and seeing how a family can put together through wrestling, being like what we love.
Yeah, they also help someone with the show, and you've got family members who do that, and then once they finally they do start to understand, they know when you need to kind of have that little bit of when you need that heat or when you need that comeback, your family clocks onto it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's nice. Like, obviously, I know if you're wrestling singles, you've got obviously your like mates who Dom, Vicky, Ian. And obviously, we've got our mates backstage, and like sometimes guys will come through and watch our matches. But even like you get into performance, it's like it almost feels like you're backyarded like for a second because you're sort of in the zone where you can see your mates and you feel like you're wrestling in front of your mates and that makes you so much more comfortable because that's what you're used to at training.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when you get to that comfortable level where you're really comfortable at it, and you're like, yeah, I know I can go out and put on a good match tonight without too much nerves, which obviously having nerves is always good, but when you're like shaken by it, which like I still remember nearly every single show I had Vicky having a panic attack on me, and I'm like, look. Just to quickly interrupt myself here, guys, I'm really sorry, but this was in fact the exact part where Vicky kept trying to ring me, like I just told you at the start. Apologise to the Brotherhood here, apologise to all my listeners at home. This is the best I could get, editing-wise. It might sound a bit mishmash, and I do apologise. Don't come at the rest of Enigmatic, guys. It's my fault. I couldn't edit it the best way I could. I tried my hardest, but this is the final outcome. Anyway, back to conversation. Sorry about that.
Nervous. I thought it was a trick question. So I was like, a little bit. And I was like, a little bit. And he was like, oh no, it's a good thing anyway. And I was like, oh really? And then he literally just said exactly that. And I was just too it's like, it didn't help at all, but
yeah.
It doesn't help. Like, you can never stop your nerves, but you realise that if you're not nervous, you don't care. And if you don't care, you're not going to put on a show. You're not going to be the greatest wrestler. And you could possibly even hurt someone.
Exactly that. Yeah.
And if you're nervous, it makes you have that little bit more of adrenaline and that bit more of a drive, and you go out there and try to put the best show of your life.
Yeah, and that is the greatest feeling. When that adrenaline kicks in, that is the greatest feeling you can quite possibly have. And you come to the back once it's all over, and you start to feel a little bit deflated. Like, well, that went by too quickly, and then you find out you've been out there for about 20 minutes, half hour. You're like, oh really? I didn't mean to go out for that long.
I think that's like this classic locker room banter, and that's one of the main things I miss. Like, you come backstage, you're talking to your mates about your match, and you're like, oh, that was really quick. And someone comes over and is like, oh, you was out there for about half an hour. You're like, really? Is that long?
Yeah. Makes it worse when they go, you don't meant to be out there for 10. You're like, oh, whoops, my bad.
Really hard had that sort of experience before when we wrestled Tate Day versus Maverick Mayhew.
Yeah.
We was given like 15, 20 minutes.
Right. That
sort of time slot. And we thought we went under. We thought, did we? we did go over by quite a bit. We felt we were really under. We ended up, I think we went like 7 minutes over without realising.
Oh, really?
I remember talking to the promoter at the time, and he was like, you went really over. I was like, did we? And he was like, yeah, I think you was meant to go like 20, I think you were 27. We was like, oh. And obviously, like, we obviously do try to stick to our times. I think sometimes with wrestling, we do very much get caught in the moment.
Yeah, you can't help that at all.
It's just one of the great feelings when you're just in wrestling out with mates and you just get caught in the moment and just enjoy it.
Yeah, like I had a match with Vicky as a tag team. It was me and her against Alyssa Dawn and Jimmy Starr. And we was only given like 9 minutes. We ended up doing 25. Yeah, we went way over, way over. But
How did that go down?
not the greatest. But to be fair, it was a good match. They couldn't really say much. If the crowd were into it and it was pretty shit, I'd understand why he would have got so upset. But it was pretty decent, so it was alright. But
it's just fun sometimes. You just get caught in the moment. You're having a lot of fun, especially when you've got a really hot crowd and they're just screaming your name, chanting for you.
yeah,
That moment just was so surreal. It's like a singer performing in like Wembley Stadium, like a massive stadium.
yeah,
No matter if you're performing in front of like 50 people or it's like a really small crowd, you still just feel so surreal.
yeah, exactly
It's
that.
just an amazing feeling, in my opinion. It's one of the best.
Yeah, if not the best feeling, 100%.
Yeah.
So, this question's almost a two-parter. So both either a tag match or singles match, what would you say would be your complete and utter dream match? What's the match that you go, that's the one I'm aiming for?
Go, you take this one first, and time to think, mate.
I've always known like my dream matches, and obviously there's some that I look at and I realise it's a very low chance of happening.
Right.
But then there's some also that I look at and I'm like, that is a potential, like, and that is a match I want to go. Like, that is a goal. It's like guys like the Hit Set, I like watch a lot of, and them guys I would love to wrestle.
Yeah.
And obviously guys like the Rebellion, who are Taylor Six and Jack Torino, like they trained us, they gave us the knowledge of wrestling, and because of them, we're able to do what we do.
Yeah.
And they're like one of the best tag teams in the UK indie circuit right now. They're making a really big name for themselves.
Yeah. They're drumming up a lot of attention.
Yeah, like, and they're doing so much, and the opportunity to wrestle them is definitely happening. And we do have a feeling that one day it will happen, and that will be so surreal. And obviously, everyone's got their dream of wrestling. Like, for me, I've always wanted to wrestle Havoc. I've always wanted to wrestle LAX, or now Proud and Powerful. Like, even the Young Bucks, which was like AEW tag teams are amazing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even guys like the New Day, I've always wanted to wrestle because that would just so fun.
Yeah. To be fair, Dominic's always said that. Dominic's always wanted to wrestle the New Day.
And especially with like the New Day, they are extremely good wrestlers. Like some of the best in WWE, in my opinion. But their character
That's
is
exactly.
so funny.
When I was thinking
And
about
it's
this, I was thinking what team I want to face. I was thinking it's probably them, because as much as I'd say personally, in my opinion, the best tag team in the world is the Young Bucks. Like, I don't think it's even like can be argued. Like, there's good teams that I just think they're on a different level.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like how I said before, like I'm just attracted to characters, and I think they've somehow made this balance like perfectly between having these completely like outlandish, ridiculous characters and still being some of the best wrestlers in the world. Like, they're just, I don't know, I think they're fucking quality.
Yeah, the next level athletes, and for what they've done for tag wrestling as well. Like, I will always respect them for that. You know, a lot of people aren't always massive in Young Bucks, but you have to respect them what they've done for tag wrestling. As being tag guys, we'll see that. So,
I think you being in a tag team as well, you understand how good it is to look at tag teams and realise what they've done, and like how thankful you are because they've now paved the way for a much younger generation to come through.
yeah,
And tag team wrestling is a very hot thing right now, especially with companies like AEW, like I mentioned.
yeah.
That's their main attraction, in my opinion. That's what I'm most attracted to.
Yeah, that's the bit I've been to, and you know, me and Dominic have always said that as much as UK scene's hot as it is, sometimes that tag division does still lack. But with companies like AEW making it so important again, it's kind of making everyone starting to rethink and go, you know what, we need to revamp our tag division. So,
being a tag wrestler is amazing because it's like, especially for the young bucks, they're into like Street Brothers.
yeah.
So knowing that you and like someone like you, that literally they are family, are seen as the best wrestlers, and all because you've helped each other, that must be a surreal feeling for them.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think for me, one of the most appealing things about being a tag wrestler is you can bounce off each other. And how much you can sort of do it with your opponent, obviously you're still like reacting to each other. But I think being in a team, if you've got that chemistry, it just feels so much better. And I think my mindset going to every single show is that to get myself in the zone is I'm going to have the most entertaining match on this card. Like, as much as I'm in no doubt thinking there's going to be people that are funnier than me. There are people that are better technical wrestlers than me, more like risk takers than me. But I think if I have the mindset, I'm going to have the most entertaining, not necessarily the best, but in terms of like entertainment quality, whether that's just having a comedy match or absolute character, or even if it is just telling a really good story.
Yeah.
I want to try and have the most entertaining match on the show. And then if I fall short, then at least it should hopefully be pretty good. And that having someone like Charlie there to, when I come out with a stupid idea, put him back in my place, or to actually go...
Is that the other way around?
Like, it's the other way, yeah. You can bounce off each other, and being out there as well with someone, it calms the nerves, definitely 100%, I think.
Yeah. I can 100% back up exactly what you said with Dominic, you know, to have that chemistry with him, and obviously I've got my others as well, but because me and Dominic have been doing it for so long and we're brothers, it definitely helps to have him out there with me, especially when he gives me, he calls it the look, when he sees the sparkles go in my eyes where I've got a stupid idea plan. He just gives me a look. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I won't do that one.
I think me and Harry, like, I've had a lot of stupid ideas with wrestling before, like a lot. One stupid idea Harry decided to follow through for,
Yeah.
and I ended up busting my lip open pretty bad.
Oh, God.
That was in our match against Tate and Mayhew. I finished this spot. So I got called for a nos cutter.
Right.
And then sort of catch me, someone stuck on their shoulders, and then Harry would hit a bicycle on it, and that would make and then I'd fall into a reverse runner.
Right.
It was a very stupid idea.
Yeah, let me just say before you get to the point, right? So Charlie didn't tell me he didn't know how to do a reverse runner. He goes, yeah, I can definitely do this, right? He tried 2 times. And in fairness, 2 times he done it had come off, right?
Yeah.
But only 2 times. So then I think, yeah, this is really good. We've got a high profile match for what we've had before. Like, let's go all out, let's do it, right? But Charlie, for some reason, decided, no, I'm not going to go back over. I'm going to go to the sides. And then I think, well,
it was. Yeah, the rest is history. At least it wasn't serious. But it was like Harry said, we came up with the idea like a couple of hours. At first, we was like, no, we're not going to do it. Then obviously we mentioned it to the guys who were arrested. They was like, that's it, but can you do it? I was like, I've never done one before, but do you want to try one now? So me and Meg, we've been spot a couple of times, and even done like the actual reverse runner twice, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
So we was like, yes, this is definitely going to work. We got onto a show, and I honestly, to this day, I don't know what happened. I just sort of like blanked out, and I was like, no. So I just fell so slowly, just like, and as it happened, it just went completely wrong. And yeah, to this day, I don't know what just happened. It just didn't work out like we thought it would.
To be fair, I think we've all had those moments where like, yeah, this is going to look sick, and you completely just goes the completely opposite way. I did a match with Vicky, and the opening of the match, it was meant to be an assisted throw shooting star press. So she comes up like a head scissors, and I'll pick her and I'll launch her into a shooting star. But I might have thrown her a bit too hard, and the only thing that hit first was her face. So her face hits the mat, her knee comes down right into One Van Dan's crotch. He comes shooting up because he's been kneed in the dick. Vega's got like the nicest part because he's just got chest to chest. She gets upset in his face. He gets upset in his bollocks and was like, whoops.
She was definitely a bit annoyed at you after that. That must have been fun after that match.
Yeah. To be fair, that was the exact match. The guys before us broke the ring, so the boards underneath had completely come away, and mid match I'm like, oh no, it's fine, just hit me with the DDT, and I just remember just hitting it, and there's no boards there whatsoever, so my head just gone. I'm like, I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow. Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing when something like when you bump like a really bad mat or so you take a move and then as you take it obviously the adrenaline doesn't feel it, you realise that that's gonna suck tomorrow when I wake up.
Yeah, you give it 10-20 minutes where you're sitting in the back, you're like, oh, you know what, this is starting to hurt a little bit now.
Yeah. That's like, the thing is, I think the worst thing for me I've ever had was when I was in like a spot of a chair and I got it smashed sort of like behind my knee here, but they like sort of just smashed me on the bone. Like, I don't know how it happened. I remember, luckily, like we had a segment and then we was in a match later on, so I had time to sort of go backstage. But I remember thinking like, fuck this. But even then, like, the worst thing for me that ever happened, like, it wasn't even that. It was the mental embarrassment. I remember we was in a show in Westcliffs.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I brought like my girlfriend, or my ex-girlfriend out to the show. So I was thinking like, yeah, right, we're going to go all out, we're going to have a really good match, right? Yeah. I can't like embarrass myself. And then it went like a poetry in motion, but we did it even simpler. I jumped on Charlie's back, I give him a flying sort of forearm into the corner. And I don't know what happened, but somehow I just stopped in midair and fell on my arse. Like, clean in the corner, just, I'm like, what have I just done? And I just had to stand up and go for the spot again. Like, we had to...
we just done a little bit of a ball and just went for the spot again, but it's one of the moments, like, you watch it back on camera, it's like a real life glitch, it just glitches in midair, it just falls.
There's no way to explain it. It wasn't like I slipped or anything, just somehow in midair, the momentum stopped and I just fall.
That's actually just amazing. That's actually amazing. I love that so much.
No, I couldn't do it again if I tried. Like, it's just one of those things that in the moment just happen.
Yeah. So just to wrap it up just a little bit now, guys. I personally want to know, when all this pandemic has ended and all that, who are you guys gunning for first? Who are you guys wanting to face?
Our main goal after this is to capture the Dropkicks tag belts.
Yeah.
That is our main goal. Obviously, like we've said, we'd love to face you guys at one point now.
Yeah.
Could be a show, and we'd happily take that match without a doubt. And obviously, the current Dropkicks champions are the management, and we've had a very, very strong rivalry with them.
Yeah.
Like, our debut was against them, our match with Westcliffs was against them. We've had a very strong rivalry. We had a Christmas show match against them where we essentially retired their boss.
Yeah.
And now all we want is the tag belts. That is our goal.
Yeah.
And that's on my mind. Obviously, we have to prove ourselves first against guys like the Rebellion.
Yeah.
And once that's done, that's our goal, probably, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I personally know you lads can do it anyway, so I'm rooting for you guys.
Cheers, man.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So just to, obviously that's the guys that you're wanting to face, and just as the closing off question here, what's been your favourite match or opponent you've had so far?
Whoa. Like for me,
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this, right? Because I've had only one like out singles match, but my last show I did was in like Leon C, which is like pretty much where I live.
Right.
In my hometown. So I had all my friends there, my family there, and I basically called Vinny Daniels. That's like a hooligan gimmick.
Right.
That was fun. And I'd say that's on par with our debut in London, where we faced the management, like Charlie just said. Like, it's between them two, really.
Yeah.
For me, it's so much. Like, I love wrestling. Like, literally, it's just like that. The most notable opponents I've had are obviously guys like Tate Mayfair's and Maverick Navy, but for me, one of my favourite matches I've had was for Westcliffs against a guy called John Saeed.
Okay.
And like, he's a really helpful guy. Like, he's always checking up on us. He's very respectful, very helpful. So getting to wrestle him meant a lot. And then our debut, I think, the debut once is like, it just topped anything else because the first time you experienced that feeling of just getting out in front of the crowd and doing what you love. So
yeah,
the debut will always be a real one.
Yeah. I always remember meeting you guys in the back at Dropkicks and you guys telling me your debut, and it sounded absolutely mental. You know.
Yeah. Like, now I look back on it, it's probably the craziest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. To be fair, I look back on my and Dominic's debut. That could have gone a lot better. They've been building us up for a while as these big baby faces, and we was facing a tag team called the Bone Brothers, who are also making a lot of noise for themselves at the moment. And we had been there a little bit longer than what they had, but it was, they had already gone out, and they get like, there's meant to be monstrous heels, but they got absolutely cheered like anything, like white meat baby face reaction. So me and Dominic are now looking at each other like, okay, let's see how this goes. We come out, proper G up the crowd, and we just got booed out the building. And that was our debut match with these big baby faces, and we're like, well, looks like we're going heel tonight.
I mean, that must be something awkward. Like, we've never experienced that, but it's like instantly you've got to sort of change the match.
Yeah, alone on your debut match. Like, that was our first ever match we ever done. And we didn't get reaction we needed. We got booed. We're like, oh no.
Our debut was really good, in my opinion. Like, we've had a lot of good stuff there. I feel like it could have been a bit better. Like, obviously, debut stuff would be a little bit messy, but I'm very happy with how it went. To be fair, I
think the thing that worked in our advantage was we got to do a what's my camera? There we go. Yeah, we got to do like a rap battle sort of segment before.
Sick.
Really fun, like ridiculous. Like, it went so well that we did it on the second show, like after that one, because the crowd was so into it. And I think having that was a good way to introduce ourselves before, and establish to the crowd like who we are, and to almost get over before we even started wrestling. So I think that almost worked in our favour, rather than having to go out there and win over through that, with the opportunity to do it beforehand, which was really perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So just to wrap up here, guys, is there anything else you want to mention at all while you've got the time?
I guess we got a page on Facebook, Brotherhood. We post wrestling videos, all sorts of places, so you can get out our Instagrams. We've got Harry_McDonald 3, Charlie Brooks 36, and you can find us on TikTok at the Big Mackers.
Cool. Love it.
And obviously, a message just for people listening, like, if you want to get into wrestling, please, depending on where you look, check out Dropkicks Academy. It is a very enjoyable school. Like, you instantly get along with a lot of guys. It's really easy to make friends. Obviously, even Gem Pro, I assume is very similar. Like, I need to train one day. I would love to come down.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Dropkicks, and it is a really nice school. It's really nice to be there. It's a nice environment. Even obviously, Andros will back it up and say, when he does a show, very welcoming, all good mates.
Yeah. So just to wrap this up here, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for both coming on. And to everyone that's listening, go give these guys a follow, go give them a like, give them loads of love because they deserve it, because these guys are generally really, really good. Yeah. But me and Dominic are massive merch pushers, so definitely go buy their merch. 100%. Right.
Yeah, thank you so much, mate. Thank you.
That's cool. I've been Andros J. It's been Big Mac, Harry McDonald, and Westcliffs, Waviest, Charlie Brooks. Take care, guys.